Hi everyone, my name is Sophie and welcome to K-Drama Club with Sophie. This week we're on episode 2 of Cashero on Netflix. If you haven't seen episode 1 already, check it out over here. But otherwise, let's get started straight away. Let's go.
아니면 파리와 초파리? 아니, 내 말은 그러니까 내가 망했다는 거다.
Alright, let's learn about this key phrase just then. He goes, 망했다. Say it with me. 망했다. 망했다 technically means to be ruined, but we use it as an expression commonly to mean something along the lines of like I'm screwed or I screwed up or I fucked up. 망했다. 아, 망했다.
화진이 연락 안 된 게 일주일째인가?
Let's quickly talk about this scene. So there's this man here drinking what looks like almost 10 cans of beer at a convenience store. Now, in terms of like alcohol regulation laws, back where I'm from in Australia, you can't, first of all, buy alcohol after the hours of 10 p.m, except for if you're at a restaurant or a bar, so you can't buy it at a store. Plus, you can't actually buy alcohol from any kind of store except for a specific alcohol selling store, like a bottle shop. And then there are also all of these regulations about, when you're serving alcohol, if this person is too intoxicated as the bartender or the waiter, waitress, you're allowed to refuse to serve them, like all of these laws like this. In Korea, I don't think any of those rules exist. You can buy alcohol pretty much any hour of the day. You can purchase alcohol at a normal convenience store like this, at a supermarket. There's no real laws about refusing to serve alcohol to intoxicated people. Plus, you can drink alcohol kind of anywhere, as you may have seen in lots of Korean dramas where people are drinking like this at a convenience store, at a park, just in the middle of the road. So yeah, there are no alcohol restriction laws like that. Let me know in the comments what it's like in your country. I'm really curious to know.
막내야, 너는 그 마음속에 화를 좀 다스릴 줄 알아야 돼.
그러는 중이에요.
So if you listen to the way that they are addressing each other carefully, in the subtitles, he addresses her by her name, which seems to be 분미. But in Korean, he actually refers to her as 막내 or 막내야. 막내 means youngest, i.e. the youngest person in a group of friends, youngest sibling in a family, or just youngest person in that network or group or whatever that might be. And a really common way, in fact, the most common way that Koreans address each other, aside from calling someone by their name, is calling them by their title. I.e., we know that they are, even though they don't seem like they have any kind of relations to each other, we know that they must be part of some sort of group or collective where 분미 is the youngest. And so he's going to be calling her youngest, as in 막내. And then we see a bit further along that she refers to him as 변호사님 in Korean, which is a combination of 변호사, lawyer, plus 님, the respectful title, 변호사님. So that tells us that he is a lawyer of some sort. We don't actually know his name, but we know that that's what his job title is, and that's what she is going to be referring to him, I would say, throughout this entire drama.
좆됐다. 나쁜 일을 한 것도 아닌데.
Alright, so we see in English he goes, I'm fucked. In Korean he goes, 좆됐다, which is Yes, it is a swear word. Unlike the other one that we talked about before, which was 망했다, which is not a swear word. It just means like I screwed up or I made a mess. This is a swear word, which means you're not going to hear celebrities say this out of being a part of their script in a drama or a movie. 좋댔다 is quite a strong swear word. And in fact, Korean swear words in general are quite offensive sounding on the whole. They're quite crude. And that's why Koreans don't swear outside of being with their very close group of friends. People won't swear at work. People won't swear in front of their parents or any elders. So please don't say this to a Korean, even if you're trying to be funny, because it is quite offensive. You might say it to a close friend though. So just be careful with Korean swear words.
예, 강동기입니다.
강동자.
Alright, so we've got a few things to talk about in this scene. So when we see this kind of introduction to this lady, her name is 정자 someone, we see these kind of Chinese characters on the door frame of her office. Basically what those things are, they're called 부적, which is a shamanistic belief ritual. And I guess the closest equivalent that we might have in the Western world are like charms. And they are drawn up by a shaman to either keep away bad omens or bad luck or to bring in some sort of good fortune. Plus, we also see that she asks for his father's name. And then you see that she responds to reconfirm the name by going 강, 동자, 기자. Right, so after each syllable of his given name, which is 동기, she adds this word 자, which technically means like letter or character. And this is like the most respectful way that you can refer to someone's name with. And so you wouldn't really do this about people who, let's say, are around my age, like a younger generation, younger age people, but you would do this for people who are like 60s, 70s and above. An example of when I might do this is, let's say someone asks about my grandparents' name. This is how I would do it. You say their family name first, and then after each syllable of their given name, you add the word 자. 강, 동자, 기자.
엄마에게 뭐든 더 해주고 싶은 마음이었지만 항상 일이 생겼어. 나는 항상 내가 구하는 뒤집어진 자동차에 학원 버스에 불이 난 건물에 너나 엄마가 있을 수도 있다고 생각하며 일했다.
사장이 축의금이야?
Alright, so 축의금. The subtitles here say wedding gift money, which is kind of as the name suggests. In Korean culture, when you go to a wedding, you don't give gifts. Interesting, right? But instead you give cash. So what you do is you bring some cash to the wedding, to the ceremony, and before you enter the hall, there will be family members, typically, like brothers or cousins, who kind of sit at this little booth, and they collect the wedding gift money or the 축의금. So what you do is they have this guest book. You write your name saying that you visited. You put the money in an envelope. You write your name on the envelope and give the envelope to the booth people, and then they put it in a box. And then they'll give you like the coupon for your meal. And it basically is like, it's almost like buying your meal. But it's just like an exchange of your gift to the married couple. And then by receiving that gift coupon, it allows you entrance into the restaurant area. And so the restaurant people know that you're from this couple's wedding. And that's why at this wedding ceremony, in this scene here, it seems like Sang-won, the main character, got the money, stole the money basically from the box of all of the cash that was given to the married couple and used that. All right, that was the end of episode 2 of Cashero, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed that. Please let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you thought, and I will see you next week for episode 3. Bye!